this Costco haul is going to be a little bit different because it's for one person, and I think a lot of times people think that they can't shop in bulk if they're shopping for one person or even two people. And I want to show you all the things that I buy that last a long time, that I can either freeze or preserve in some way, or that just last a long time so I don't have to worry about them going bad, and I also don't have to go back to the grocery store as often, which is always a plus in my book. So let's just get started. The first thing that I bought from Costco is eggs. Now, I don't normally buy eggs because we have eggs here. I live on the same property as my parents and they have chickens, so I don't normally have to buy eggs, but right now, it being winter time, they're not really laying as many. So I bought some eggs. This is the free range organic. The next thing that I bought is this spring mix. Now, I think out of everything that I bought, this is the thing that I'm gonna have to be the most careful and strategic with. This doesn't last super long. I think I can get a good week out of this with me eating it every single day. So this is something that out of everything, I'll have to really be careful it doesn't go to waste. The next thing I bought is a bag of sweet potatoes. I definitely think that Costco is the best place to get sweet potatoes, onions. It's just the best price because surprisingly, sweet potatoes are not cheap, which is surprising because it's a potato, but they're not cheap. So I feel like buying it at Costco in bulk is a better option. They last a long time as long as you store them in a cool, dark place. I store them in my pantry, kind of tucked back on one of these shelves. And sometimes I'll even put like a towel over them just to ensure that they are staying dark. The next thing that I always buy from Costco is dried fruit. I really like Costco dried fruit because it always tastes really good, and you can get dried fruit without added sugar, which is really hard to find. Very hard to find. A convenience thing that I bought is I bought this box of 12 bowls of sticky rice. I love sticky rice, and I don't really know how to make it very well. That's maybe a goal for this year, is to learn how to make sticky rice. But even when I've seen people make it, it is a process. It is a long and drawn out process. It's not just something that I can do quick on my lunch break. So these will be good. The only funky ingredient is, the ingredients are water, rice, and gluconic acid, which is a form of sugar. So it's not ideal, but when I look at the information here, there's not even 1 gram of sugar in each serving. So I'm not really worried about that. I think that that'll be definitely worth it for bento bowls. I can just throw some veggies on. I can throw some meat on with it, maybe even like a fried egg on top, make it really easy and simple, yet still healthy. The next thing that I always buy from Costco are whole chickens. Whole chickens are expensive, and this is the best price that I've been able to find for these two. It was $23.92, which, is what it is, but that'll give me several meals. With just one of those chickens, I'll be able to have meat for the whole week, and I can do it on the Traeger and make it really crispy and delicious. I can also freeze those, and they can keep for as long as I want. I don't have to worry about them going bad in my fridge. I also use the bones for bone broth, which I try and make all of my bone broth from home as much as possible. So that's a good option for that. The next thing is I really wanted to get some convenience things. I've been really wanting to focus in on my health and eating good quality foods. as much as possible, which for me means making it more convenient and easier. So I got a couple different meats. I got this sausage, breakfast sausage. It has no antibiotics. It is gluten-free, paleo, no nitrates added, and the ingredients are just chicken, spices, sea salt, water, parsley, extract of rosemary, and vinegar. And to me, that is perfect. Those are all whole foods, and I feel really comfortable eating those. Same with these, same sort of thing. I looked at the ingredients, and they're all whole foods. It's just organic chicken, and then spices, salt, and then just spices. So I feel really good. The good thing about something like this as a single person is you can keep these in the freezer, and then when you're wanting a quick meal that you need protein, that you don't want to defrost a whole chicken or something, you can just pull out one of these and then just cut up the plastic, and then just pull one out at a time. And I just soak them in hot water, and they defrost so quick, and I can eat them on my lunch break when I'm in a hurry and I'm soaking in good protein and good nutrition. The next convenience meat that I got some roasted turkey breast. This is the same sort of thing, no added hormones. It's organic, no nitrates. And then the ingredients is just organic turkey breast and water, and contains less than 2% of sea salt and vinegar. So what I'll end up doing is I'll just have one of these in the fridge, and then I'll freeze these two. It's a pack of 3. So I'll just have one of these in the fridge, then I'll have over some sourdough toast with some mustard and maybe some sauerkraut or something like that. Maybe cheese, or I don't know. But something easy. Avocado would be good with this. So this one's really good because it's convenient and healthy, and I can freeze it so I don't have to worry about it going bad. I always get dates from Costco. Costco is the best place to get dates, and specifically the dates that are in this container, like this hard plastic container. I've gotten the ones that are in the bag, and they're just not good. They almost taste too sweet or something, and I just don't like that. I'm honestly not a huge date person. I can't just eat them straight. They're too sweet and syrupy to me. So what I'll do is I'll cut them in half, and then I'll put a little bit of peanut butter inside. And the peanut butter that I use is just ground nuts. It's just ground peanuts. And that is a really helpful thing for when I'm having a sugar craving. I will have 2 dates with peanut butter inside, and that really helps with my sugar craving. Because ever since the holidays, I have just been completely addicted to sugar, and I'm trying to break myself of that, but it has been super hard. Speaking of sugar, I always buy the raw honey from Costco. This, obviously, you don't have to worry about it going bad. As long as it's sealed correctly and it's not like opened, it'll stay fresh and delicious. It's made in Oregon, which is where I live. Yeah, and the ingredients are just honey. So, pretty good. I wanted to get mustard actually, but they didn't have mustard, and so I got this Primal Kitchen buffalo sauce. I like buffalo sauce, but I have a lot of it now. So as long as I just open one of these at a time and make sure to regularly use it. One thing I can do too is if I notice that I open it and I'm not using it, one thing I can do is I can take out a bunch of chicken thighs or chicken breasts and marinate them with this buffalo sauce and put them in the freezer. And that is a really good way of being able to preserve this if you're not going through all of it in time. The next convenience meat is 100% grass-fed beef. They are Polish sausages, and they look delicious, honestly. So I'm excited to try them. Ingredients are really good. The ingredients are just grass-fed beef, water, and less than 2% of sea salt, vinegar, and spices. So that's a good deal to me. Of course, we have our Kerrygold butter. This butter is so delicious. It is the best butter. If you're baking with it, things taste different when you bake with Kerrygold butter. I eat a lot of butter because I love to make sourdough toast, and I want to use a good quality butter. The ingredients are just pastured cream and salt. That's all. There's no funky things inside of them, and it just tastes so stinking good. I like to get my spices at Costco. This one is cumin, and yeah, there's not really much to say. I'm trying to cut back on taco seasoning. I've noticed that every time I make tacos, I feel like crap, and it's because I think a lot of the spices that are in taco seasonings, and not spices, but all the additives, are really crappy, and there's a lot of crappy additives inside of taco seasoning. So I want to get away from using taco seasoning and just use things like cumin, lime, cilantro, stuff like that. That's still going to give that taco flavor, but without all the crappy additives. Olive oil. I go through olive oil like nobody's business. I cook with it. I use it in baking. I use it in salads, all sorts of stuff. I use this 100% Italian extra virgin olive oil. It's cold extracted, and it is produced from Italian ground olives. And it's a good price. Another convenience meat is chomps. I'm sure everyone has heard of chomps. I'm not gonna lie, I don't necessarily love chomps. I think that they have good ingredients. Yeah, there's nothing funky inside of these, but I just don't love them. I would rather have like real meat that's not like cured and is tough and salty. But yeah, I don't think it's horrible. It's great for when I'm in a pinch, and they'll last a long time. Let me see when their expiration date is. The expiration date for this is January 1st, 2025. So I have a year to eat these things. And I think that that's what a lot of people think, is they think that they have to eat all this stuff in a certain amount of time. And when you look at the expiration date of a lot of these things, it's actually longer than you would expect, which I don't know if is a good thing or not, but so I have a year to go through all of those chomps. Some more dried fruit. I love these dried figs. They're so delicious. They taste just like a fig Newton, and I love how chewy they are. They're just really yummy. And these, again, are no sugar added and no funky stuff. Cucumbers. Cucumbers are one that I have to be careful with. They can go bad quickly. So I'm hopefully going to be eating salads every day, or cucumbers with every meal. And then if I notice that they're going bad, I will throw them in my freezer and then use them for smoothies so that they're not wasted. You could also make pickles out of them, but I don't know if that's your thing or not. I got this big old bag of ground sirloin beef patties. Oh shoot. I thought that I grabbed the grass-fed ones, but these don't say grass-fed on them. Well, in the future, I would suggest going with the grass-fed beef. I do think that it's better, but this is fine too. But this is something that's really easy for me to just grab one of these patties at a time and then fry it up on the stovetop. Really easy, really fast, a quick way for me to get a good source of protein. And I also can just chuck this onto my pan raw. Well, obviously raw, but frozen, and I don't have to like thaw out a bunch of meat. It's a good, quick thing to do. I needed something sweet. So I got these Costco Simply Better chocolate, and it's dark chocolate with coconut chips inside, kind of like a peanut butter cup but with coconut inside, and pretty low in sugar and good ingredients mostly. There's soy lectin. That's not a great ingredient, but it's pretty far down on the list. So I feel pretty good about eating these. It'll be a good little sweet treat for me when I'm having a sugar craving. But that's not like a whole cookie or a bunch of chocolate or ordering ice cream or something. I got this bag of popcorn, which as you can see I already got into. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like this kind as much. This is the first time that I've tried this, because I usually get the other type of pre-popped popcorn that they have. It's in the green bag. I think it's called like simple popcorn. I'm not sure. But it just tastes way better than this. This tastes like fake butter to me. Even though the ingredients are really good on this. It's just non-GMO popcorn, coconut oil, Himalayan salt, and organic butter type flavor. That's where it gets a little fishy. But besides that, like, pretty good ingredients. Maple syrup. Okay, listen. Maple syrup is so expensive. It's so expensive. And Costco sells it for a very affordable price. If I were to get maple syrup anywhere else, for a jug of maple syrup this size, it would be like $22. And this was $12. So that's way better option. And I use maple syrup. I try and use mainly just maple syrup and honey as my sweeteners. That doesn't always work, but that's what I try to stick to. And the last on the list is just organic orange juice. And the ingredients is just orange juice. I want to try the adrenal cocktail thing. I have yet to try it. So I might pinch a little bit of salt in there, maybe a little bit of coconut milk, and some collagen. See what it tastes like, see how I feel. But even if I don't end up doing that, the orange juice will be good for when I'm having a sugar craving. Also, when Costco has the Cara oranges, those are so good. I didn't get those today because they didn't have them in, but those are so yummy, delicious. So that is all for today's video. I hope that this was helpful, and hopefully it made you feel like even if you're a single person, you can shop at Costco. You can hopefully save money and shop in bulk and get some good, healthy food for your house. So, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!